Okay, I'm redoing this video. It was pointed out to me today that I've made a mistake, and sure enough, I did, so I'm going to redo it. Alright, so I'm doing 3f. Let's give it a go. Hopefully I get it right this time. Alright, so I'll just write it out. 4x. Sorry. 4x on x plus 7 plus 3x on x minus 5. Alright. So we're after a common denominator, and we'll get that by multiplying these two things together. Okay, so I'm going to have x plus 7 times x minus 5, and then there'll be a plus something else with the denominator of x plus 7, x minus 5. Okay, so then we need to convert the numerators. So we've changed the denominators, we need to now change the numerators. So I've gone here from x plus 7 to x plus 7 times x minus 5. I've multiplied by x minus 5, so I'm going to have to do that to the top. Okay, so 4x times x minus 5. Alright, so that keeps that that fraction on the left the same. Now the one on the right, I've gone from x minus 5 and I've then multiplied it by x plus 7. So I need to do that to the top, to this one here. Alright, so let's do that. I'm going to multiply 3x by x plus 7. Alright, now just bear with me while I just shrink all that down, give myself some space. Okay. Alright, so now the idea here would be to add them together now. So now we can do that in a couple of ways. What I'm going to do is just write everything over the one big denominator. Now we're dealing with fractions with the same denominator, so if I've got 2/5 and I add 1/5, I've got 3/5, so I'm going from two fractions to one. I can combine it all into one, so I'm going to give it the same denominator, x plus 7 times x minus 5. Then on the top I've got 4x times x minus 5. Well, I'll just write it out in full and then I'll do the working on the next line. 4x times x minus 5. That's what got me into trouble in the last one. Try to do too much in one go. Plus 3x times x plus 7. Okay, so now I want to tidy that up. So I'm going to, in order to tidy that up, I've got to expand the top, so the brackets on the top, multiply that out, group like terms, and just consolidate. So in order to expand those brackets, remember the rule is you multiply everything inside the brackets by the term that's outside. So I've got 4x times x minus 5, so that means 4x times x, 4x times minus 5, and then over here with the next one, I'm going to do 3x times x, 3x times 7. Alright, so let's do that. So 4x times x is 4x squared. 4x times minus 5 is minus 20. Then we've got plus 3x times x, well that's plus 3x squared. Then plus 3x times 7 is plus 21x. And I've nearly done it again, I can't believe it. I did 4x times minus 5 is not minus 20, it's minus 20x. Same mistake, oh, goodness. Alright, over x plus 7 times x minus 5. Alright, and then to finish it off, we just tidy up our like terms. So I've got 4x squared, so there's 4x squared, and there's 3x squared. I'm going to add them together, that's 7x squared. And then I've got minus 20x plus 21x. Minus 20x plus 21x is plus x, all over x plus 7 times x minus 5. Now, that's not an incorrect answer, but we could simplify it further, and we should always simplify as much as we can. Now, how could I simplify this? Well, the only way you can simplify fractions is by dividing the top and the bottom by a common factor. And so in order to do that, we would need to have the top and the bottom in a factorised form. And remember, a factorised form means a product. Okay, so I want to write the top, well, the bottom's already written as a product, but the top isn't. And so I'm going to write that now as a product. I'll just give myself some space here. Okay, so that's that. Okay. Alright, so now the top is 7x squared plus x. Well, that can be factorised because there's an x in each term. And so I'm going to bring the x out as a common factor outside of 7x plus 1. But having done that, what is that telling me? Can I actually simplify it all here? Well, let's look at it. Okay, I've got a factor of x in the top, but not in the bottom. There's a factor of 7x plus 1 in the top, but not in the bottom. So even though there's a 7 there, that doesn't mean anything. 7x plus 1 is different to x plus 7. So really, there are no common factors. It was worth checking and figuring it out, but there aren't any. Alright, so there's nothing I can actually do. That's as good as it gets with this question. Okay, so I could either have left it like this back here, or in this form here. Okay, either one would be fine. But it's important not to simplify it further than you actually can. Don't be tempted to try and do things that actually aren't correct. Okay, so remembering that cancelling can only be done by dividing top and the bottom by common factors. Okay. Alright, so that's it. That is question 3F. I got through it. I did make a mistake, but then fixed it. Okay, so that should be now correct. And that'll do us.